All right, all right. Good morning, my beautiful people out there in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram land. It's your boy Rome. So this morning, what we're going to be taking a look at is, if you read the paragraph above this live, we are going to be looking at Facebook, Instagram, as well as Reels that can be used on multiple platforms, as well as, how you would go about creating one. And more importantly, one of the things that I've been looking at here recently is following a number of the different CEOs on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is, because they're giving us information that sometimes we overlook or we don't receive that information until it's been watered down and manipulated by others that are trying to sell you something. Maybe they're trying to sell you a course or whatever it is. This information is out there free for you guys to gain access to, so you don't have to go through all those steps. I really, really don't want this video to be a really long and boring video, so we're going to get right into it. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to hear from the CEO.
Hey everyone, I thought it would be good to start sharing more about what we're currently working on internally at Instagram, just to give you a sense of what's coming before it comes. Right now, we are trying to build new experiences primarily in 4 areas. The first is creators, and I've talked a lot about creators and trying to help them make a living. And this has to do with the shift in power from institutions to individuals across industries. The second is video. Video is driving an immense amount of growth online for all the major platforms right now, and it's one that I think we need to lean into more. And I'm going to actually talk about that more in a minute. The third is shopping. Now, the pandemic shifted or accelerated the shift of commerce from offline to online by a number of years, and we're trying to lean into that trend. And the fourth is messaging. How people connect with their close friends has changed a lot over the last 5 years or so, and has moved primarily to messaging away from feed and stories products. But today I actually want to talk a bit more about video. And I want to start by saying we're no longer a photo sharing app or a square photo sharing app. The number one reason people say that they use Instagram in research is to be entertained. So people are looking to us for that. So actually this past week in our internal all hands, I shared a lot about what we're trying to do to lean into that trend, into entertainment and into video. Because let's be honest, there's some really serious competition right now. TikTok is huge, YouTube is even bigger, and there's lots of other upstarts as well. And so if people are looking to Instagram to be entertained, there's stiff competition and there's more to do, then we have to embrace that. And that means change. So what you're going to see over the next couple months really is us start to experiment more in the space of what we call recommendations. So showing you things in feed that you may not be following yet. We just started testing an early version of this last week. This week there's a new version that's coming out with topics where you can say which topics you want to see more of or less of. But we're also going to be experimenting with how do we embrace video more broadly. Full screen, immersive, entertaining, mobile first video. And so you'll see us do a number of things or experiment with a number of things in this space over the coming months. Now, we have an idea of where we're going to end up in a half a year or a year's time, but I'm sure things are going to change many times between now and then. This isn't something that we can just do overnight. So you'll see us iterate and try and be very public about what we're doing and why with videos like this one. Anyway, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Peace. Hey everyone. I thought it would be good to start sharing more about what we're currently working on internally on Instagram.
In a nutshell, if you're not following this guy, here's his Instagram tag. You can just, follow him on Instagram. It's amazing. He only has, 769,000 followers. But, for us, that's a lot, but for, CEO of Instagram, that's, not that many. When you have influencers out there with, millions and millions of subscribers. Okay, so if you go over to my Instagram page, I've been using Reels a lot on my pages, and I create these little Reels. They're basically 15-second videos. The best one so far that's got the most viewership is this one here, which is just, some photos I did a little slideshow with from a fashion show. And I mean, as you see, there's nothing really that special about it. Now, I never really spent a lot of time developing the following on Instagram. I just always took Instagram and, platforms like this is just kind of like a gimme. It's just something just to be on and, see what other people are doing and things like that. So you see here, I have exactly 2,167 followers on Instagram, at least on this account. But that's something that I'm working on right now, and I'm definitely doing more content based on the Instagram algorithm. So, what I want to do today is to show you guys really simply how you can create these reels and use them for your own, branding. So, usually when I create a reel, I start off with an idea, whatever the reel might be about. Let's just say today we're going to create a reel for a fictitious restaurant. Okay. So here on my timeline in Final Cut, I have 5 clips. All of these are little food clips. And remember, we want to keep this at 15 seconds. So the first thing I would usually do is that I would make sure that my audio is set at 15 seconds. So I would zoom in here. Now, if you're not using Final Cut and you're using some other, platform, I understand that. You can just, do what you do. But I'm going to just right now just bring my audio to 15 seconds exactly. Well, it's a little under. So let's bring it to, I like to stay right under 15 seconds. So just in case. Okay. So what I have here is just a little pop-up, talking about a restaurant and their delivery and all that other kind of stuff, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and minimize, get all of these clips down to a size that's going to work for this vertical format. So we're going to start with this first one, which is just, food being, pizza being sliced. Then I'm going to bring the next one down to about the same length. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I get them exactly where I want them, right? So let's bring that one down to about there. Say that one to there. Now I'm going to adjust these as I go, but I'm just giving you guys kind of an idea, right? So the animation, I really want that to be at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm just go ahead and move my audio down here so it reconnects and then just shift this over to here. So I'm going to expand these clips out a little bit until I get everything right at that 15-second mark. And just keep going until we get there. So let's say that's our 15 seconds. Well, now if you look at our video here, the video is not filling the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab these 4 and I'm going to scale them all up. So I'm just going to bring them all up to full screen. Then it should play. So let's see what we get with just that 15 seconds. So that's our 15-second clip. Now, of course, we can go in here with a lot of these pre-made Instagram or Instagram-like filters and plugins, or whatever you want to call them. They're just little animated, little shorts. Most of these are going to be exactly 15 seconds long. You can obviously add more animation. You can add more text. You can add, call outs, whatever you want to add, because most of these are going to give you a space where you can change, what it is that you say here. So like right here, it says order your favorite meal without any risk. So, that's going to be more, 2020 focused, but you get the idea. And then here, leave your the message is going to be here at the top. And you can also add a logo if you wanted to. You can change the colors. But this is using Final Cut. So if you guys don't have Final Cut, I understand that. A lot of people will say, well, I don't have Final Cut. I'm not working on a Mac. Many of these same type of reels you can create with a smartphone. You can literally, record these little short snippets of video and then, combine them in the app that's built into your phones, whether it's a Samsung, Android, or whether it's an iPhone. There's a ton of apps out there that you can use to do these exact same things. And then you just create these little reels. So we're just going to go ahead and create this reel, and we're going to save it. We're just going to call it reel number, I don't know, 099, 099. And we'll just render that and then save it. And the key to this is, in most cases, you want to save these to your device so that you are able to easily upload them to multiple platforms. Now, at the moment, you can't upload a 15-second reel to Instagram. If you're going to upload anything, through a browser, let me clarify that. So if you go over to Instagram, well, first, let's just play our reel. Okay, so here's our reel. We can see it here. I'm going to minimize this, minimize everything, so all you see is the reel on the desktop. So here's our reel, and so if you imagine this reel here on your Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, I use them everywhere. Literally everywhere. So if I go to, my Instagram page, you'll see that there's a ton of reels that I've used. Like I said before, I'm also uploading a lot of these now to YouTube. So you can upload them to YouTube. You can upload them to any number of different platforms. So I'm just opening all these tabs back up so I can give you guys kind of an idea of what I'm talking about. So if I upload this right now to Facebook, it's just going to be, a generic reel or a generic video. But in some countries, this button here where it says watch video, this button here says reel, or it would be the same on your smartphone. Now in the US, it still says, watch video. So it's for videos here, but it basically is the same thing. You will find reels there. But let's say as an example, if I uploaded that same little short video to YouTube, because it's 15 seconds, YouTube knows that this is most likely a reel. So it's going to put it into the reel category. Now, when you're uploading these, you can still do the same things you did before. You can still add hashtags, a description, all that cool stuff, right? But if we go over to our Instagram page, so let's go over to Instagram. We're not able to upload a 15-second Instagram file, like I said before. So the minimum under your reels or anything that you're uploading, if you're uploading like to Instagram TV, which is also another option, if you want to do longer format, videos, anything over a minute is going to fall in the IGTV category. So now that you can upload from your browser. You can just click on upload, pick your file. Let's see, I'm going to try to upload this reel, and we're going to see if we get the same message I would usually get before saying that you can't upload it. Yeah, so see here, it basically says that this video must be a minimum of 1 minute or 60 seconds, long, right? So, this wouldn't qualify unless you were going to, duplicate it multiple times, so you could do that, but it would be easier to just send this file over to your smartphone or something like that, and then upload it, to your social media. Now, A lot of people say, well, I don't know how to do that. Well, if you're on an iPhone, it's relatively easy. You just connect it to your computer and then just, copy it over. But another route that you could go is to create a Dropbox and then upload it to your Dropbox and then download it from Dropbox to your device. That's just a speedy way to do it. So the other thing that you want to think about when you're creating these reels is going to be your hashtags. So I use a number of different sites. I use Google, I use DuckDuckGo, I use, different, search parameters when I'm looking for specific hashtags for a specific category. So if I go over to Google, this is one of the sites that I use a lot, which is best-hashtags.com. And it'll give you two versions based on what it is that you're searching for. So let's say, for instance, we're going to go for, let's just say Instagram Reels. And it'll give us a number of different hashtags that we can use. Now, before you just grab these and start posting them, make sure to actually read them. Because like if you can see here, there's some hashtags that may not apply. There's one for Mumbai, there's one for India, there's, different words that'll be in there. So you may want to go in and change that. So like, for, Mumbai, you may want to put your city, or, India, you want to put the US, or something like that, so just use your imagination, but, be careful how you're posting these things so that you don't wind up getting shadow banned for using the same hashtags over and over again, or using hashtags that don't necessarily have anything to do with what it is that you're posting. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. Now, one of the other things that I see a lot of, and I'm on Facebook, periodically, I'm on other platforms, and I see a number of people posting in different groups, and they're asking for people to follow them. So they'll say, oh, hey, I'm in this group, supporting this or supporting that. So drop your Instagram tag and, I'll follow you and you follow me. That almost never works. Okay. Not meaning to sound negative. I'm just going to be realistic. What usually happens is someone will see that. They'll put their Instagram information there and they move on to the next post like that so that they can maximize their time, adding those links and hoping that other people will follow them. The problem with it is you're putting your links out there, but no one is following because they're all doing basically the same thing. So the key in almost any business or social media platform is to find like-minded people that are interested in whatever it is that you're doing. And they may not necessarily be people that you know personally or people that follow you already. That's where reels come into, come into play, because it allows you to expose your content to people that would not normally see things that you're posting, right? So whether it's on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or wherever it's going to be, as long as you can get out there and create something, it doesn't have to be complex, Now I have clients that we have a monthly package with them where we go in and we create, we're going to capture photos, we're going to do video, we may do some audio, we're going to do a number of different things for them. And then over the month, we'll give them, a certain amount of content that they'll be able to use on their social media. So, some of those will be reels, some of those will be still images, some of them may be graphics, or, things that are related to their business, or some of it can also be audio snippets, where they're just talking about a specific thing. And then we, cut up those little snippets and we'll drop those into the different videos where they can, promote this out on their social media and also add to their corporate websites and things like that. So I don't know how much of this, would apply to each and every person, but getting started is going to be the key. So whether you're doing shea butter, or you're a home chef, or you have a little small food truck starting out, whatever the industry is, it doesn't matter. The key to it is get a little bit of content, stay within that 15-second format, and post accordingly. So if you're posting on Instagram, make sure you're under 15 seconds, so that way, people are going to be able to find you. They'll see your reels. So if you go to reels here on my site, like I said, that's one thing. But if you go into Instagram itself, on your phone, you have, a button for reels. So you can really go down and say, okay, well, I'm going to look at what every person's posting and see what's trending. Well, that may not work for you the way it would work for someone else. Maybe they're doing comedy, or maybe they're doing, action things, or, they're really putting a lot of time into creating these reels like a lot of the people you see on TikTok. That's not the key. If you're trying to market your business, now you don't want it to look like just an ad, you want it to look more like you're creating content that, that's why I put the advertisement at the end, is because I wanted someone, anyone watching that video to, to see the food first. So that's what they'd see in the reel, when they're, swiping up and they're looking through these different reels, they're seeing the food. And then at the very, very end, they see the advert. Oh, cool, they're in Houston, or they're in Dallas, or they're in whatever state, it is, or maybe it's an international brand. So all of those things are going to be, a part of your formula, to make this stuff work. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end this live, but I wanted to do this for you guys this morning. If you hear any noise in the background, it's my dog. He's laying right next to me, and he's just making all kind of weird sounds. He just wants attention. But anyway, so hopefully this has been helpful. If you guys are not already following me on Instagram or on Facebook or YouTube, follow the link. Now, one more thing I want to show you guys, and then I'm going to let everyone go. Okay, so here we go. A lot of people on Instagram are using Linktree, and Linktree is fine. There's nothing wrong with Linktree. But here's a better platform that you can utilize to gather all of your links in one place. And that platform is called Witkoji. It's witkoji.com. You can also download their app to your phone or your tablet, and you can do basically the same thing. So what it allows you to do is to go in and create all of these different links for your different, social media. So I have one for my main site, one for my podcasting, one for live video, video that I may have posted. And what that does is, so let's say I click here on video, it's going to open the YouTube link, and then someone can play that video without ever leaving this page. And then when they're finished watching that video, they can just close it and then go on to the next thing. So they can go to my Facebook, my Instagram, whatever it is, right? And then you can also add other apps. So like one of the apps you may want to add, is going to be to accumulate emails. So you're building an email list, right? So you could go in here and just right here where it says add app or link, you just click on that. Once you have your account set up, you go to add app, and then you can scroll down and look for whatever type of app. They have almost like a little app store. So you can go down and say, like here's one, ask me anything, or quizzes. So I mentioned there's the one for YouTube. Here's a different little list of links that you can post. So there's a ton of different things that you can use. You just have to go in here and look through these and see which ones that, would best suit what it is that you're doing. But if you decided you wanted to, use one of these, so let's say we do the ask me anything one, right? So you click on that and you just say use. And then what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to, write a description, and you can even monetize this. So you can say, ask me anything. Maybe it's about, maybe you're a coach of some sort, or you have some other professional service. And you can put a dollar amount here where, let's say it's $10 or $20 for them to ask you a question. And then, once they submit the question and then pay the amount, then you respond with a video or something like that, where, you're answering a question specifically for them. So that's just, another, powerful tool that you can have in your toolbox, to get everything going, right? So again, like I said, you can go over to with Koji, and as you see here, I have the little video background and all that cool stuff. So I mean, it's cute. Don't go crazy. I just did this one a couple of days ago just so I would have it to show to you guys, so that you can use it. So if you're on my one of my other pages, like if you're on my Instagram page and you click on that link, it basically takes you to the same place. So it's and then all the other links are there. The only problem, that most people have with Instagram is that you can only, place one link here. So you want to maximize, the traffic that you can get from that one link to get people to go to wherever you want to. All right. So we're going to, wrap this up, guys. Hopefully if you didn't get a chance to watch these live videos, I will be doing more in the future. I'm also talking to a couple of people that I'm going to try and bring on so that we can talk about a number of things together that you guys may also be interested in. But hopefully everyone is having a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow, and I will see you guys soon. Don't forget to stay safe, and more importantly, create something amazing and post it. Hey, tag me in it. I want to see what you guys are working on. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. I'm out.